Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. And hello, Raiders. Welcome, Punky. We're getting a slightly slow start. Slower than I was originally hoping for, but that's the way things go with new tech setups and places. Give me a sec to get a shout out for you, and also a shout out for Truin because I like giving shout outs to streamer friends I know. There we go. So, today is a special thing. Uh, Obviously, as you can see above, there is the little information bar for the charity that we are looking to raise money for today. Um, and I have a special incentive for folks. Uh, Today is a tabletop RPG session. The players are waiting in the wings. They'll be I'll be opening up that uh, audio channel so that they can introduce themselves in a few moments. But everyone who is watching, if you want, you can add yourself or someone else or a character of your choosing as either a minor NPC or a major NPC. That is an option. $5 donation will get you a minor NPC. $20 will get you a major one. Major NPCs are much more likely to show up in future sessions. Minor ones are probably only just going to be for the one. Uh, if you type, I think that's the code I put. Yeah. So just type !dono, and all the information is there that you will need, including a link to the Discord channel, which is where you'll be able to put down the necessary information I'll need to actually formulate the rest of the character. Also, I see that roar, rar, 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 rar. That said, I need to bring down my max a little bit here. My mic is a touch loud. Actually, I'll bring it down on this side. Um, we will get started right away because these can take a little bit. I don't want to run out of time. So let's move over to the correct screen. I'm going to be adding in a correct image for one of the people in just a second, as soon as I get that. But first, I will open up the desktop audio. Yes, all the beans. So that folks can introduce themselves. Okay, go ahead. Start however you wish.
Hello, I am Dragon Soul. I will be playing Callista today. It is a pleasure to meet you all. Going radio silent.
Okay, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Dragon Soul.
Yeehaw. Hi, I'm Dill. I'm playing Cass.
Perfect, perfect. Welcome to the tribe. Thank you, thank you. We respect the sanctity of the lurk. I'll raise their volume a little bit. That should be a little better. Um, uh, and I also now have an image I can import in here properly. Properties. Okay, so go ahead, Yarny.
Hello, I'm Yarny. I'm playing Nia, the hot-blooded pyro. She sets things on fire.
Okay, I need to trim this down a little bit better because this is not quite right size. We made the character just a touch wide, it looks like. Okay, and the final player, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Melodic Button Mash. Everyone calls me Buttons, and I will be playing Urvu. is not Kirby. Totally not Kirby. I don't think that. Absolutely not. Urvu.
Kirby's pink, so definitely not.
Yeah, totally not
Legally
Kirby.
distinct
Exactly.
Kirby.
Legally distinct Kirby. Shadow Kirby. I like that, Punky. I like that. Okay, so to catch everyone up now on where we last left off, since this is session 7, technically speaking, of the campaign, the party has been chasing after and clearing out pockets of cultists throughout the kingdom that they are part of. They've successfully taken out 2 cultist groups already. And when they get in to try to deal with the third, the eldritch entity known as Lust, who a lot of the eldritch entities are misunderstood by their cultists, as cultists do. As they get to Lust's capital, they find within said character sanctum that cultist leader is no longer there. They were warned by the party's previous activity that they were coming, and have now hiding with another cult leader, but the leader of the cult of another entity. And so we left off on them preparing to go travel and try to get into that county. It's about It's been about, call it 2 months of travel time to get to the border between the county you all are in and the county you're trying to get into. And you see another wall and gate set up in front of you. Only this one does not look haphazardly put together like the previous one. This has been here a while. This is steady. This is sturdy. It is well guarded. And it screams of a checkpoint. What do you all do?
Save our progress.
Indeed.
I save and then I save a second time.
Always a smart move. Yes, yes.
So do we see any people?
That's a category, Grumpy Old Lord?
entities?
I didn't realize that was a category. That's a good point. I thought I'm going to do that. Yeah. Yes, you see people. Give me 1 sec to change something here. You do see some folks trying to get in and being turned away. Oh, well, there's our first. Oh my, that's one of the big ins. Go ahead and check the thing out, Nocturnal.
Oh my.
Thank you for the 20. Tabletop RPGs. It does work. Awesome. And our initial goal is met. Thank you, everyone. But yes, you see some folks, and for people who've played the indie game Papers, Please, you definitely see some folks are being allowed in. Most of the people are being turned away. Let me think. What else? If you want more detailed information, it's going to be Let's make it an intelligence investigate roll. Analysis. This time around.
Okay. I guess I'll roll that. Oh, and before we get too far into this, the demographic vision aspect.
Uh-huh.
What should what should that be a bonus to? You said like perception.
It'll be a bonus to any perception. I suppose it could apply any perception, awareness, or sure, it could apply to investigation rolls. That's only fair, I think. It'll be a +1 die bonus because it's coming in at level 1.
Out of curiosity, would that what would that look like to Yarny? Like, would that just be like a thermal camera view, or like would that be like predator vision, or
Basically thermal camera view, yeah.
okay, okay.
Just
I
for
just
a
needed to know
individual.
for my own. All right.
Like, how much thermal information am I getting from level 1?
Fair amount. Part of it is processing it all.
Right.
But yeah, it's a pretty good thermal camera, effectively.
I have absolutely no investigate, so this is just my intelligence.
Ah. Oh, and important thing, none of you see Merrick anywhere. You know Merrick left the day before to scout ahead and to try to find a way and to see if there were any obstacles to try to find a way in. But seeing this might be starting to worry a few of you that Merrick might have gotten into some trouble.
I mean, when doesn't he?
Classic Merrick.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. Classic Merrick. Merrick is usually played by our friend Artless, but unfortunately Artless couldn't join us today, so.
I got 3 successes, by the way.
You rolled as well? Okay. I need to wait in on the other rolls. Oops.
Perception, you said?
No, investigate intelligence investigation.
Intelligence, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, intelligence. Yeah, this is
That's-
not
I
the
don't
kind
have
of thing.
any investigate, so
Yeah, this is not this. Effectively, this is not the sort of thing you're going to be able to get a quick picture of. This is the sort of thing that you're gonna only be able that you'll get stuff if you're carefully studying.
No,
That's why. Let's see what
I got 0 out of 2.
investigate analysis, specifically Dragon Soul, as opposed to gathering. Well, at least you didn't botch. That's fortunate. Yarny getting a 2. And let's see, it looks like Dragon Soul is rolling as well. Okay. Let's see then. Nia is a little too overwhelmed by all of the new sights from her new vision to really pick up much of anything except, damn, some of those people are hot. Quite literally hot. Urvu notices specifically that there are varying degrees of quality in the paper that is being used for the documents that are being shown. But can't really make many more details beyond that. And of course, Cass is overwhelmed completely by, you know, there's an awful lot going on here, and none of it looks like something you can just Leroy Jenkins your way through.
Listen, that wall is metal. Yes, metal. Is that what we're looking at? There might be other things involved here. I don't know, but I don't think a gun will help. Unfortunately, for the first time in my life,
Wall is stone.
this is okay.
Wall is stone, but wall is very thick stone, like
I don't have
3
enough
feet,
bullet for
2 or
that.
3 feet thick stone.
Not enough bullet.
Wait, Cass doesn't think that a gun will help?
I know.
This is some
Oh no, a
major
gun
character
would help.
development.
I just don't have enough bullet for wall.
Ah.
Yes, yes. However, though, Callista notices the paper thing. Callista notices 1 or 2 gaps, very minor gaps in the wall itself and the gate itself, too small to actually get anything through. Most importantly, Callista notices one other thing. There's an anti-eldritch magic barrier all around the wall.
These pesky cultists are ruining it for everyone else.
This one is early, Luna. Future ones may start a little bit later on Saturdays, but they'll be moving to Saturdays going forward, yeah. This one's early because of the Dono-a-thon. That's not the right word.
Oh, gotcha.
The Streamathon. And yes, we are only, I think, no, we are only like 2K away from the community challenge being met. A little less, actually, yeah. But yes, that is what Callista notices. Yeah, no wormhole. Definitely no wormhole. They're expecting other people to try stuff. Very clearly.
Question, would that barrier affect my species?
No, because it's specifically affecting magic.
Ah.
Not beings that are eldritch in nature. Urvu's species would be very sensitive to that sort of thing at this point in time. Also, thank you, Grumpy Old Nord, for completing the Community Game Night Challenge. Thank you. That means some point in the nearest future, we will be doing a special longer stream with Mario Kart 8, where it's on stream, a whole bunch of other nifty things like that. Also, since I'm thinking about it, Grumpy Old Nord, you're also on the list of streamers later on tonight, so you get a shout out too, for that matter. And Luna. So yes, what do you all want to do then? Since burrowing through the wormhole is not an option, and clearly you need documents of some variety.
Dia's gonna walk up to someone in the queue. I guess there's probably a queue.
There's a queue, yep.
Just talk to him and see what's going on.
They look at you. Yes. No, I'm not going to be quiet about that, Luna. You're going to get shoutouts. You deserve them.
Hey there. So what sort of documents are they requiring to get through this checkpoint?
If you don't know, I shouldn't be telling you this, but proof you're a citizen of the county. They don't want outsiders in there.
Is there a way for adventurers to get through without this requirement?
Adventurers are explicitly forbidden. Nope, nope, nope.
Curious.
Basically,
do you
Dragon
know
Soul,
why?
yeah. Not much news comes out from the walls, so no. I left back from. Wow, I've been away on a trip from. I'm from there originally, but I left on a business trip. Beginning of the year. I'm hoping to be able to get back in, although who knows if that's going to actually happen.
I've chosen xenophobia.
Wonder how many of these guards aren't allowed on the other side of this wall.
That's the funny thing. They are all on their side of the wall.
Oh, okay.
Think of it more like it looks more like border control would. Say trying to cross the border into between here and Canada or
I see. My
something like
mortal
that.
enemies. Border control agent.
Yes, yes. Only in this case, the well-armed border control agents have crossbows and swords and all manner of other, sharp implements, those sorts of things.
Alright, so I'm going to go back to the others, kind of relay that information.
That's
So
an interesting
apparently,
idea. That's an interesting idea, Dragon Soul. Sorry, go ahead, Yarny.
so apparently, they're requiring proof of citizenship of this province to get through this checkpoint, and apparently they are explicitly not wanting adventurers. Which is very curious. We might be able to stow away and merchants, like a merchant's wagon or something. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I could just fly over the wall as a bird. I doubt they'd pay much attention to that.
Fair, fair.
But how do we get across then?
You can't because oh, right. You
I mean, I can
are
fly
stuck
as
in that
well,
shape.
but the other two
I'm
might have difficulty.
sorry.
I suppose that's an option, Dragon Soul. I suppose.
Create a hell of a distraction.
Dragon Soul saying, I think we should start a riot. There might be arson. Now, is that Callista saying it, or is that your thinking? Because two very different things.
Nia could create a distraction. She's quite good with those.
First part, the part about there being enough people who are pissed that they can't get inside, that they could get If you get them riled up enough, you could start something. That's you and Callista. Okay. The riot thing is just Dragon Soul. Okay. Gotcha. I mean, you can try to start something if you like. What do you have in mind?
Create a little bit of a fire nearby. Some explosions, maybe. Get the guard distracted and
everything
possibly
but the
rile
arson
up some of
part
these
is you and Callista. Okay.
these people, these citizens, maybe not citizens, but some of these disgruntled individuals.
Okay. So, if you want to go the attempting to start a riot route, that is going to specifically be, let me consult my thing, either a rapport or deceit and socialize individual role, or group if you're addressing the group as a whole. Your choice.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Okay, so if you are attempting to convince people to get angry and, do something about the situation, it's rapport or deceit, depending on whether you're approaching it honestly or manipulative. And then then socialize, either individual if you're dealing with people one-on-one, or group if you're dealing with them in numbers. So that's the role you're needing to take to do if you want to attempt that.
I don't really have a good form to be participating in this, so I'm staying out of sight in bird form.
Okay. That works.
Oh, give me 1 second. I have a phone call coming.
Okay. So let's see.
Cass is 100% down to have a riot. I just need that to be clear.
We'll not split the party. Yeah, no, we're not splitting the party. Don't worry. Not unless you all insist on splitting the party, but I don't want to split it either. Not in the slightest. Okay. Dragon Soul is typing something. I'm just waiting to see what she types. I think we should split up and start getting individuals angry and then regroup and get the whole group mad. Okay.
I would be better suited to group. I have 0 for individual socialize.
So you'd have 2 then. If you have group,
yeah.
Then you at least have base socialize.
Yeah.
To give, while Dragon Soul's typing, to give folks watching a little bit of a glimpse into kind of how this is all working. Roles in general are an attribute and then an ability along with one of its appropriate paths. So socialize, you can either focus on dealing with individual people or groups of people, and that's the numbers I'm kind of calling out here. It's a D10 system. You roll a number of D10s. 6 or above is a success, and you're looking for a certain number of successes. Usually players don't know how many successes they're going to need. I'm the only one who knows it. No, that is true, Dragon Soul. That is true. It is easier to get the whole group mad if some people are already angry. So, are the rest of you in on that plan, is the question.
Cass is down. She would like to note that she is more of gunpowder for the the civilians who are the bullets. So
that's a nice bit of imagery. That is some very nice bit of imagery there. And Yarny's probably in on that. Nia would probably be in on that, but we'll have to wait till Yarny gets back on the call. Okay, so in that case, Dill, make are you approaching this from an honesty perspective or from a deceitful perspective?
uh uh uh, well, I would assume honesty.
Okay. So rapport plus socialized group. Make the roll.
Cool.
And then Dragon Soul, if you are one of the folks dealing with individuals, that is rapport or deceit and socialize individual. Make that roll as well. Let's call it rapport, because you're probably not trying to go about this in a lying fashion. So we'll call it rapport, socialize, individual. I think you might have an aspect that would come into play, like something dealing with the individual freedoms. That I think would be viable to be an add-in here. Showing that. Yep. Your central applies. Go for it. Add that in. I think it's +2 for central. Meanwhile, okay. So, Callista goes about trying to convince some of these folks that no, you shouldn't be putting up with this. You should be able to come and go as you wish. This is wrong. And her words mostly fall on deaf ears, unfortunately. There's a handful, very small handful of people, maybe 3 or 4 out of the 20 gathered, that actually seem to take anything to heart. To the point that when Cass starts trying to talk to the group as a whole, they very quickly give the death glare that says, if we do this, we are liable to get killed. In fact, one of them actually explicitly states that. So, no, they are not. And they are looking like they want nothing to deal with the rest of you.
What are they gonna do? Kill all of us?
Considering how many
Yes,
guards you
they
see up
will.
there with oh wait, is that a cannon? Oh, those are multiple cannons up on the wall. Yes.
Ooh,
Yes, indeed.
big gun.
Big guns, exactly. However, after a while, call it a few hours, one person does tap Callista on the shoulder. Hey, follow me. Come, this way. Yes, Irvu would have a very strong self-preservation instinct. Exactly, Buttons.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, so the attempt to start up a riot failed quite miserably. Because only a few people were willing to
no.
buy in. Not enough to convince the
Sorry,
crowd.
Arnie. We tried.
Didn't have Yarny's presence.
You want in there, right? I can help you. We need to get away from the guards. Away from the wall a bit. Come. However, your attempt was enough to get somebody's attention. They appear kind of the shady sort. You know, the kind of person you go to in a back alley when you need certain favors done. Some of you are more familiar with that sort of character than others.
Like arson?
No, not arson. Yeah. You've
So
got
to
room
catch
for
up,
them.
the riot failed, and now this shady person is approaching us.
Saying that they can help you, you know. But let's go somewhere quiet to talk. If you catch my drift. Aww. Precious voids. Okay, Dragon Soul's typing. Dragon Soul will largely be communicating via Discord, via the text chat today, just for folks in the audience to have a understanding of what's going on here. So if there's something Callista says specifically, I will be repeating it, and I will try to summarize out some of Dragon Soul's own thoughts as they come in.
It might be a good idea to screen grab the Discord messages.
I can't. I don't quite have room to screen grab the Discord messages. Is the problem? I don't know how. Not entirely sure how to do it.
You
But
could
for
do
next time we can try.
window capture, and then just crop it down to what you want.
Well, I can try it. I can definitely try that. Oh no, that would be.
'Cause then we could also see the role. Everyone chat would be able to see the roles and everything.
That is true. Okay, I will try to get that set up real quick. Also, hello Sophie, welcome.
Sophie.
Let me get a shout out for Sophie super fast. There we go. And yeah, I'll see if I can set that up somewhere where it won't get in the way. Because that could be helpful. So the figure said I can help, basically, in short, I can help you get in, but if you want my help, we got to talk somewhere a little more private. And kind of points very subtly to a spot about 20-30 feet back. Yeah, I'll try sticking it under environmental effects. That's a good idea. Sure.
Can
So
I
is this
get a
spot-
sense of how trustworthy this dude is?
Yes, actually. Reasonably trustworthy. For somebody of the shady variety of this like kind.
does
And
this
give me a sec, folks.
spot
I'm
look
trimming out stuffs.
like a secluded place where we're gonna get mugged, or just off to the side of the line that's going in?
Ah, gotcha. Looks like you'll generally be okay.
We're not like going into a dark alley that we're gonna get
No,
ambushed.
you're
Just like, here, let's just go over by that tree off away from everyone so no one can hear.
no, you're not going into a dark alley. Oh,
Okay.
this won't quite work the way I want it to, unfortunately.
If you resize the window so that way it's narrower, you should be able to do it that way.
Hopefully this doesn't make it too small.
Like the actual Discord window. That way, it's narrower by default, and then the text itself
Oh.
is narrower.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then you could also apply a color key to transparency, the gray out.
One second. Oh, come on. No. It gets dumb like this sometimes. Okay, at least it fixed itself a little bit. Okay, I don't know where it disappeared to now.
Yeah, that's true, button.
Apologies, folks. Yeah, but I need my dark mode is half the problem. Where'd it go? I'm just gonna delete it and try again. Because that's not working the way I want it to. But now that this is resized a little bit, that should help. So bear with me, folks, while I try to get this working midstream.
Troubleshooting stream.
Troubleshooting stream.
Yay!
Window capture. Discord shrunk. We'll call it that. Okay, yeah, that should be visible. That should work. I can trim out that edge.
Oh yeah, and is this shady individual just addressing Callista or all of us?
All of you.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely all of you. Okay, I can't quite get all of it, but I can get like the upper portions, the lower portions.
You
So
just
I
need
will.
like a couple.
Yeah. So if
Posts.
there we go.
I do want to point out that while the shady individual is addressing us, Cass is sort of muttering under her breath something about explosives. Just don't worry about it. She's just thinking out loud.
Just thinking out loud.
Oh yeah, I'd meant to do that. I can trim that out.
This is cool. I love that now we can actually see what Dragon Soul is typing.
Yeah.
And I don't have to flip between multiple tabs because I'm on my laptop, so I don't have my second screen.
And that leaves room for some environmental effects to still be shown if any had come up, because that is potentially important information.
Mm-hmm.
Woot.
And I can just scroll that if people need. You can get somebody to join you. Yeah, Dragon Soul. That's fine. So
Is that the
Solid
bottom
joining?
of the current chat?
that's the bottom of the current chat. Yep.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, the one thing is you can't see when she's typing because that goes under where you type, but I think that's okay.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
fine.
see it, Astral, if you're looking at Discord,
Exactly.
and that's what's important.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, if Nia's willing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you both go off to that little corner with the shady individual. Okay, so here's the deal. I can make you the papers you'll need to get in there. Those guards, long as it looks right, they'll let you in. It'll cost
And
you.
how do we know it's going to look right?
Those last few people who got in there, they're not citizens. They were using my papers.
I mean, anyone could say that. What sort of guarantees do we have?
Here, look at this. Shows you one. And look at this one. One of them's mine. One of them's official. Can you tell the difference?
I don't know, can I? Should I roll something for this?
Yes. Let's actually see let's do some rolls to see if you can tell the difference between the two. Quick glance.
Like
That'll
one's
be
just made
perception.
of just drawn in crayons. Like, oh wow, yeah, that looks identical.
Perception awareness. Physical. Same roll, Dragon Soul. Same roll.
Can I get my thermographic vision bonus from this? I mean, they could be different materials.
Uh,
It might look different.
I
Thermally.
suppose so. I suppose so. Okay. Sure. Sure, you can do that. Trim that just a touch more this way. That's not necessary to see everything there. There we go.
I have another question about the thermovision.
Uh-huh.
So you know that like invisible ink stuff where you have to like hold it up to heat to see it?
Oh yeah, that stuff.
Would that like would you be able to use the heat vision to like see that?
Not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know if you'd be able to. Huh.
Okay.
It's an
I
interesting
just,
question.
I
No,
love
that's a
the
very interesting
It really
question.
depends on
much.
if the invisible ink absorbs more infrared than regular ink.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Basically. Okay. It's !Dono is the command. Not that buttons. That exists as a timer thing. Okay. So, Tania, they look practically the same. Maybe the paper feels ever so slightly thinner for one of them. But it's such a slight difference, you can't really be sure. Callista can see one or two minor differences there. But they're the kind of thing that is so small, you'd need to use a magnifying lens to kind of really pick it out, and you've got to be really studying it. So so Callista can tell which one is the forgery. and which one is the real one. But it's a very, very tough thing.
Well, I mean, I can't tell any differences. What about you, Callistra?
Okay. Dragon Soul is indeed typing something, so probably in just a few moments. Rar. Indeed, Luna, indeed.
Rawr.
Okay. I can see the difference. It's not easy, but it's there. If we want this to work, we'll need to make sure the guards aren't examining it closely. Okay. Okay. I'm going to bounce over to the general for just a second. As I see... Ah. Wee! Bomp. Best I can give you, Luna. I ain't flipping my desk. I am not flipping my desk. Yeah, no, I'm aware. I'm
Damn it.
aware. General's safe to flit over to. If I need to flit over to the Dono one, that one I'll say, hey, players, look away from the screen until I tell you it's safe to look again. That's all. Okay, you can do that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was you making the redeem buttons.
Yes, I do believe these papers will do. Okay. How much do you want for 4? We have 4 people, right? Although Ervu can fly over, so
So you
probably
might
just
be
need
okay
3.
with just 3. That said, if there's a checkpoint like this to get in, there's probably more checkpoints like this once you're inside.
Yeah.
Might want some for Ervu just in case.
All right. So I'm gonna ask this figure. So what's your price?
For the 4 of you, 40 gold. The paper ain't cheap, nor is the ink.
How much gold do we have?
Enough. It's gonna mean it's gonna be kinda tight, your finances, for a bit. But You have enough. Yeah. Uh, Generally speaking, it's a question of do you have enough for a given purchase? Most purchases, probably yes. If it's like something you need to have, like food, uh, accommodations, that sort of thing. If it's something you want, like a new weapon, maybe you don't. Because we don't really keep like exact numbers for money, is the thing. Um, it's more so, yeah. That's something the system as a whole I need to think through a good way to handle, or at least for this particular campaign. It's not there's nothing explicitly built into the system for it.
At this point, I don't even know if Cass like carries any currency. I'm pretty sure she just sort of like barters for stuff and like gambles based on
Probably, I could.
possessions.
Yes, Sophie, thank you for the massive
Gamble to
dono.
live to gamble.
Indeed, indeed. So yeah, Sophie, if you would like to make a major NPC, uh, feel free to look at dono specials and let me know what what selections you'd like to make.
Yeah, that prize money that I got from that one thing I did. How does that compare to 40 gold?
That prize money is a significant chunk of it.
Okay.
So, as I said, you have enough for your
Trying to
normal living
understand
expenses.
like a scale here.
You're trying to understand the scale. Okay, that makes sense. It's a sizable chunk of what most people would make over a given month or more. That prize money was way more than you would normally expect to see in like 3 or 4 months' wages, just about anywhere. So yeah, this is expensive.
40 gold. I don't know. You could probably do a
problem.
lot cheaper. How about 30?
Why should I discount it for you? Okay. Rapport or deceit, your choice, based on how you're going to handle it. Socialize individual. Convince them.
I guess rapport. I mean, it doesn't really matter numbers wise.
Okay, if it doesn't matter numbers wise, she'll set you and all your stuff on fire. Well, that's intimidation. If you want intimidation, that's presence.
We could. I mean,
You could do an intimidation. Well, it's an option. It's an option that's good to know about. No, that's a fair point, Buttons. That's a very fair point.
yeah. Well, okay. I got an idea for. Oh yeah, let's do an intimidation. Should be fun.
Oh,
I don't
that'd
know.
be fun.
40 gold is probably more than what the guards would pay for your head.
Ooh. Okay, roll the intimidation roll itself. Presence, socialize individual. More if you like bring fire into the picture. Then you can apply bonuses.
Oh, absolutely.
Then you can apply whatever bonuses you have for like your magic. If you don't have any written bonuses for the magic, we'll call it like a +2.
Okay.
Let's call it a +2. Yes. Yes, Luna. Exactly. You're both Chaos Gremlins. But we've got the Fire Gremlin and the Ice Gremlin.
am I?
I I suppose 30. I can't quite do 30. I can do 35.
Very well.
Okay.
The deal.
Good. Nice doing business with you. I'll come up with names. I'll come up with names for you to have on that side. Give me a few hours and I'll let you know when they're ready. And sure enough, a few hours later, um, here in the alleyway, if you want to wait, back with the
No,
rest of
Luna,
the
you
party,
can't
if you
freeze
want to go back
hell.
to the party, your choice. Doesn't particularly matter. The figure comes back, dressed up as a bard this time around, shouting something about the the current stories that are fit to be shared, and handing you a leaflet.
I'm in danger.
And tucked inside that leaflet are your documents. Ada. There you go, Luna. And it is one for each of you. Feel free to come up with your alternate names if you want.
Cass is just gonna steal her. Cass is just gonna go with Cairo.
Okay.
Just gonna steal her wife's name. That's all.
Hey, that works. That works. And you have at this point two real choices. You can get back on the line, which has grown a little bit. It's going to probably be a few more hours before you're actually up to the folks who've been looking at the papers. Or you can kind of hang back a little longer. Your choice.
I guess we could just queue up unless we want to speed this up somehow.
You can't really see a good way to speed it up. In the time you have been waiting, you've noticed one or two people attempting to cut the line. They got shot for it.
I'd
They
like
don't
to
even have
fly
like a
ahead.
separate queue for maybe higher ranking individuals.
Nope.
Shot with like the crossbows or the cannons.
Crossbows.
Wow, the nobles have to
Okay.
go in with all the common folk.
You notice there's nobody who looks remotely noble.
I see.
Chances are good the nobles don't ever leave.
Can
And
I
yeah,
fly
you can
over?
I guess we'll just have to smoke out all the pigs.
try to fly over, sure.
I want specifically, like I'm imagining maybe from a nearby tree branch or someplace innocuous, to kind of get a sense of how the procedure is going so that the group can be prepared to, act not suspicious.
Okay. Perception awareness, physical. Make the roll.
I'm rolling physical dice.
Yep, we both get to roll physical dice.
Wahahaha.
If
I
the
mean,
rest of
I
you
don't
want to
think
invest in
there's
in
any
physical
reason.
dice, by all means. It's just feels so much
Yeah.
better, honestly speaking.
I just love the feeling and the sound of the dice bouncing around in my hands.
Indeed, indeed.
6 successes.
Okay. You're able to watch a couple of people, call it like 4 or 5 total, over the next like 20, 30 minutes. 2 who get rejected, in part because their papers are clearly bad forgeries, in part because they answer incorrectly to some bit of information that was written on the documents. And you can clearly hear the guards asking things like, name, what was your purpose for leaving the county? Where do you live within the county? What town or city? And looking at the seal that is stamped in the bottom right corner of each of these documents. Stuff of that nature.
Okay. I'm gonna rejoin the others. I guess in my merchant form. And
Mm-hmm.
let them know we should all review the documents and be ready to answer the questions accurately, or else we'll be turned away.
Okay, got it, got it. So that information is relayed to the rest of you. And your chance and your time, Nia, to actually present your papers comes up about 2 hours later. You're um, you're beckoned into a little chamber. Name?
Let's see. Which I'll just go with Agnia Ashbourne.
Okay. Your papers?
Here you are.
Agni Ashbourne, okay. Where are you from?
Just answer whatever town we started in. Was that part of the province? I don't know.
No, definitely not. You are way far from the town you started in at this point.
Okay.
But the forged papers do indeed have a hometown, and whatnot. I'm not hearing any echo buttons. So I think we're okay.
Might just be a delay between the stream and when you're actually talking.
And it might also be an NVIDIA broadcast thing, in all honesty. Sometimes it does funky stuff. Hometown? If you don't have a specific name in mind, you can just say whatever the name is that is written on the document. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll just say that. I don't know how important coming up with someone would be.
And what was your purpose for leaving?
New employment.
You're gonna find good employment on that side of that, and he's looking out at the queue side of the wall. Ah, no wonder you're coming back.
Right? Just more opportunities here, you know?
If only they were. If only those savages would listen. Okay.
I know
Hands the
that's what I've
papers
been
back.
saying this whole time. No one else wants to listen.
Hands the papers back to you. Okay, you can go on through. Stick to the official roads, though. You'll know them when you see them. The other ones have been infested with bandits as of late.
Bandits! Oh no. I will be sure to keep to the official roads. Thank you so much.
Welcome back, Dragon Soul. To catch you up, the papers are done. You've been given information on exactly what the guards are going to ask you when you go to present your papers, namely the name, hometown, and hometown that are listed on them, as well as asking what your purpose for leaving was, and basically why you're coming back, looking to come back in. Those are the three things the guards are going to be asking you when you try to get through the checkpoint itself. Okay. Cass's turn is up next. Papers.
Howdy, here you go.
Name.
Cairo.
Okay. Hometown. Again, if you don't have a name in mind, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say whatever name's listed on the papers.
That's perfectly okay. And why'd you leave?
I had I'm a guard. Well, a private guard. So I had to escort somebody.
Oh, you got saddled one of those jobs.
Yeah.
All the better you're coming back. Hope we never see the person who hired you again, though.
Yeah, I don't think they're coming back here. Luckily.
Good. Anyway, go on through. Hands you back the papers.
Walks through, wipes off sweat.
Hey, Urvu's turn. Unless Urvu's flying over and ignoring the checkpoint.
No, I figure I should go through the checkpoint just in case there's others I don't want to be unaccounted for.
No, not yet, Dragon Soul. Callista will be the last one through of the party.
So
Papers.
certainly, good sir. And I hand them over.
Okay, name.
Whatever's on the paper, that's what I say. I haven't come up with a name.
Okay, and your hometown.
Same thing.
Okay. What was your purpose for leaving?
I was making a shipment to another county.
The guard looks at you up and down. Yeah. I suppose their money's as good as anyone else's money. Okay. Hands you back the papers. Go on through.
Thank you.
And finally, Callista's turn. Your papers. Holds out the hand. Okay. Name. Okay. Got it, Alex. And hometown. Oh, I hear that's a very nice city, actually. Never had the chance to go there. Not gonna get the chance either. Okay. And, why'd you leave? Why are you coming back in? Really? Monsters? The place you were Ravenholm? Or whatever shithole you decided to go out to on the other side? I see, I see. Okay. Are you talking at the moment, Dragon Soul, specifically about Ravenholm, the supposed hometown or home city, or wherever you were going to on the free side of the wall? This matters. Talking about Ravenholm. Okay. Roll deceit, socialize individual. No, you can't use telepathy to bypass the check. Unfortunately. You can use telepathy to read their minds and get a bonus for the check. To know exactly what they're suspicious of. But you can't bypass it. +3. I don't know about that, one of the guards says to the other. I heard somebody else from Ravenholm came through only a couple days ago. They said the place was fine. How recently did you travel out? Because, I mean, messages, they do travel kind of slow, to be fair. You know, with people not wanting to leave their towns and cities very often these days. Okay, waiting in on the response. I see, I see. Yeah, I suppose it's possible then. Not that we ever get any messages from anywhere these days. Okay. Good luck finding a new home. The cities aren't as hospitable as they used to be. You know, about a year ago. Or the towns or villages, for that matter, in some places. And stick to the main roads if you know what's good for you. The bandit numbers have been increasing a lot lately, with all the people getting kicked out of their homes and the like. Hands back the papers. Okay, be on your way. Okay, you're all through. And upon regrouping, you notice one of those splits in the road almost right away. The main road, as it's being termed by one of the guards, is well lit, is quite heavily patrolled. So you can see guards going along it at regular intervals, and is very well paved. The other road, the split in it, however, is in disrepair. It's quite dark at this point. It's quite late. Quite dark, for that matter. And very overrun with trees. So you'd be going through a lot of shade. A lot of places for people to hide.
Is this along the main street?
It splits off from the main street and then kind of goes off to the left by a fair margin through a nearby set of woods.
Okay, so this is one of the things we were like explicitly told to avoid.
Basically, yes.
Mhm.
Because, you know, teaming with bandits and all that.
Also, how much
Hmm.
do you trust Nia around trees?
That too.
A good point. The answer is not. Do not trust Nia around trees.
Yes, do not trust the pyro kitty around trees.
I mean, do we have any reason to take this obviously more dangerous path?
You see another checkpoint and it's kind of the far distance, but there's another checkpoint on that main road. And you suspect there are numerous checkpoints beyond that.
Okay. Well, our papers seem to work perfectly fine before. We can continue with checkpoints, or if you'd rather not risk it, we could risk the bandits. I don't know. What do you think?
Hmm.
Okay, we've got a
Calista, Cass,
response.
what do you think?
We've got a response coming in from Dragon Soul. I think I will actually bring it up a little bit so you can see the typing. That way it's a little clearer what's going on.
Yeah, I'm honestly fine either way.
I'd
Bring it
prefer
down some.
not to risk your safety.
I prefer a less. I prefer not to have to watch my back constantly. We at least know where the checkpoints are.
Hmm. And knowing is half the battle.
Sorry.
Indeed. No worries, no worries. But yeah, okay. That's a tricksy decision point.
Out of curiosity, how likely would I be to like find a shop that sells like, I don't know, adventuring gear or something inside these walls? Because like they're not accepting adventurers in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there probably isn't a shop to like sell gear for adventurers, right?
Highly unlikely to find such a shop.
Okay.
I mean, you could probably find some sort of shop that sells
What about a
stuff for guns for like hunting.
Possibly
I have
stuff
a
for hunting,
question
yeah.
about the local economy. Do they have how's the mining?
You have no clue considering you just got into the county.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Dang.
If you explore a bit more, you'll find it.
Okay.
So, okay. Looks like it's an even split for follow the checkpoints or risk the bandits. Shall we say you opt for the checkpoints this time around?
I think that's fair, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get to the first checkpoint within the county itself. And one of you barely makes it through. The guards very nearly see through the
Yes.
lies. And this far in, now, even just this short distance in, you saw what happened to somebody who didn't make it past the checkpoint. Killed on the spot. Well, unless they were able to run away, of course. So, I don't know. Yeah, what? I don't know how that changes your thoughts on what the safer pathway is.
I don't know. Who was the one that was stopped? Or had trouble, rather?
Nia.
Nia.
Nia probably won't care too much. She's like, I'll handle it.
How
Nia
were
would
they
probably
killed?
Yeah, near like killed on the spot. At least one person was killed on the spot in front of you that you could see. And not like a quick like shot from crossbow, you have a chance to dodge it like reasonably. If you're trying to run away. No, pulled sword stabbed in stomach while one of the others came up and chopped off the head. So
That might be a bit difficult to dodge.
Nia's still gonna vote for the checkpoints, so unless there's more, someone else changes their mind.
hey, what do the rest of you think, having seen
Nia's
that
like,
execution?
it's fine. I'll handle it if it comes up. Something, I'll handle it. I've handled it before. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
I
Well,
think it's time. Are there places where it would not be unreasonable to see birds?
any spot where any of the bandit heavy spots, yeah, because there's a whole lot of trees in a lot of those places.
I think it might be time to be a bird.
Okay, Urvu is now a bird. That works. Callista has made it very clear no more checkpoints for her. What's Cass thinking on the matter?
Yeah, basically, Cass is the tiebreaker here.
Oh. Well. Cass would like to not get murdered.
Indeed.
Hmm.
Indeed.
Both options are very sort of murder heavy, but at
Mhm.
least with the bandit, fighting back seems like more of an option. Also, with the bandits, at least my gun seems to be better than theirs. So, I'm gonna go with the option where my gun is better.
Considering the armor on the guards at the checkpoints, yeah, bandits are probably going to be easier to take out if you have to deal with them. That's a good assessment.
Do we know whether or not the guards would like respond if we attack the bandits? I assume not because there's bandits there. Never mind. That was a silly question.
The guards explicitly avoid those paths. You've noticed that.
Okay.
They stick to the main roads only.
Also, Cass is voting the woods.
Cass is voting the woods, yep. Urvu has taken to hanging out near the woods, not near the main roads. Admittedly in bird form, but still.
Well, I suppose if you all want to go in the woods, I suppose that's what we do. Just
Okay.
don't blame me if the forest catches on fire.
Again. Tweet. But yeah, okay. You start walking down some of these pathways, and at least one of you starts to notice movement fairly soon into your trek. You've certainly got bandits in those trees, and they're watching you. And one jumps down in front of you.
Howdy.
Oh, really, Dragon Soul? Give me a sec. I'll try to fix that. I don't know how that R got in there. Apologies. Double L. Is that correct? I can't quite see very clearly. Kallista? I haven't hit enter yet, so okay. Now it should show properly. I put the second L in there. Your money or your life. And any food you have, give it. Now.
Slight issue with this, my good sir. I don't have any money or food on me, but if you would be so kind as to direct me to a place where I could get dynamite, that would be wonderful.
Why should I help you?
I have a gun.
We have a... And we're surrounding you.
That's wonderful. Do you know where I could possibly get dynamite? Like I just, I'm just really curious about this.
Neo's gonna walk up to this bandit, slam her staff into the ground, and it erupts in fire, and say,
Uh,
"Move aside. You don't move aside if you don't want this entire forest to go up in flames with you in it. We don't have time for the likes of you peons. Get out of our way."
In a fashion perhaps uncharacteristic for the bandits you've gotten used to elsewhere, he immediately... This one immediately backs off. And that's when you notice this is a bandit wearing a binder of a sort. The nails look all wrong for somebody out doing what bandits usually do. And they are
Nails
terrified.
look wrong?
Yeah. The nails look like somebody who isn't used to doing a lot of hard work.
Uh-huh.
A lot of rough work. And they back off. Fingernails, yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Thank you, Buttons. No, okay. We'll leave you be. We'll leave you be. We don't want trouble. We just need the money to get some food. This is just for survival. If you get what I mean.
Like I said, I did have some Jello like a couple of months ago, but like it's mostly just been bread for me. Um, I might have like a chunk of bread left if you want that.
Neo will throw them a couple gold and then just keep going.
A few more bandits come out of the woods. We'll walk with you. Make sure you're safe. Yep, go ahead, Dragon Soul. You can make an investigation roll. Totally. Yeah, it's gonna be analysis, not a gathering. Exactly. Wits instead of intelligence, because you kind of need to do this kind of quick. Okay. You very quickly notice these bandits are performing the art of banditry. They're not actually bandits.
What?
At least one of them was apparently a farmer at one point. One of them was a merchant. This one was very likely also a farmer of some, maybe a farmer, maybe a lesser noble. More likely a lesser noble. None of them look like the kind of people that would normally be driven to banditry in quite this way or this grouping. And as more of the bandits start coming out of the woodwork, yeah, they are a hodgepodge group. Exactly. It is
Would the
very clear
resistance
they are
group
exiles.
that we met earlier likely be in this area as well?
Sorry, repeat that?
Would the resistance group that we met in the other city likely be in this area as well?
Unlikely. No. Very unlikely. You might find a resistance group somewhere. For all you know, these could be members of this region's resistance group. But there's nothing to really give you any indication one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in short, they look like exiles. Like folks who've been kicked out of their homes.
Look, you all don't look like the normal sort that would resort to theft and banditry. Why rob other people, presumably in the same predicament as you, and not what likely put you in this situation? I'm sure this is the cult's doing. Am I right?
A few of them get visibly quite angry at you mentioning the cult. Those stupid robed fools driving us. All because I started asking a couple of questions. Asking why we had to stay where we were, why we couldn't, why we had to be so distrustful of everyone, of new folks coming into the village. Why we had to be indoors by a certain time at night. The one that looks that is giving you lesser noble vibes. I just wanted to help some folks who looked like they needed help. But no, the folks of the town of my city, the city I thought cared, said the folks I wanted to help were criminals, and by helping them, I'm a criminal too. Also, hey,
But
Squid.
look at all of
Oh.
you. Look how many people in the same situation. You could band together. You could fight back against these people with our help.
They're too alarmed. They're too alarmed, too alarmed. But if you need information, well, we can get you some of that at least. There's a bigger group about a few days' journey up. Take this. One of them rummages around in a bag and scribbles on it. letter of introduction. It'll get you past any trouble you might have otherwise run into with them. Their leader can fill you in on what's been going on.
All these people all they need is a leader. A flame to light their way. That could be you. If you feel you could be that flame, maybe you could meet us.
Maybe.
Think about it. You know what's inside now.
One of them makes a call of a very particular bird. Okay, if we're gonna join, if we do decide to join you, we'll make this call again, okay? Most of the groups around here know the call, know what it means. If you make the call and you don't get a response from a group, though, be prepared for the worst. They're the ones who are reveling in their banditry. It's not your species of bird, Buttons, but it is. It's just a hello call. But you do know what it means, and it's one you can very easily reproduce. And turning specifically to Callista. Oh, you don't know their numbers. You think we have the larger numbers? No. No, we're a fraction. For every one of us, there's 10 of them. Much better armored, much better weapons. There's got to be something else. Unless you can convince the cowards still in those villages to also do something. Then maybe. And somebody from the back. But the programming is, might be too strong by this point.
Programming? Do you mean magic?
No, not magic. The screams we'd hear at night, or even in the daytime of the folks who'd get dragged away, only to come back looking like their will was broken. And the atmosphere of fear that hung in the air. Not to mention all the posters everywhere.
Posters? What sort of posters?
Messages like don't trust outsiders. An orderly life is a peaceful one. They give a few more ones like that. It screams heavy propaganda to all of you. One of them is know your place. Never leave it. Rebellion is death. Obedience is life.
Others watching you.
Yeah. Mother is indeed watching you. That is one of them. Sorta, yeah. Finally, one more of them, very clearly feminine, speaks up. There's a village not far from here. Maybe a day's that way. They weren't terribly far under the spell yet when I was kicked out maybe a week ago. You might still be able to get some information there. And it was weird. Markets were a lot more energetic than I remember them ever being before.
We saw the same thing outside the province.
That was the sort of thing you did see for some of the people affected by Lust's cultists. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Okay, hold on, folks. So players, please look away from the Discord from the chat screen for a moment. Hey, we have somebody. No, that works. That works, Nocturne. That works nicely. Let me just note it down. I want to jot down a couple of notes about this character real quick. Nah, that's good. That is plenty. That's perfect, actually, Nocturnal. Perfect, perfect. That should be good enough to work off of. Okay. Yes. Yes, you can, Dragon Soul. That still works. Okay, players can look back at the screen now. It is safe to do so. Okay, and do you all take a closer look at that letter that you were given, that letter of introduction?
Mhm.
Yes, no.
Yes, yes.
Yes? Okay. Well, you
I
have a
assume
name.
we were given just one letter.
You were given one letter.
Okay.
You have a name of this figure that you're supposed to be meeting. Zavatra. And a relative location. Far off the beaten path. Fairly deep in the woods. From what you've been told. To be as far away from that main road as possible. Okay. That is. So yeah, you have two choices now. You can go off specifically towards where Zavatra is. You have enough information to make that journey. Or you can go to this village that you've been told is nearby. That where some of this weird stuff that Lust's cultists were up to has been happening there. And where oppressive order that clearly kicked these folks out isn't quite as strong as it's very clearly noted to be elsewhere. Which do you prefer to do?
I say go to the town.
Okay, so 1 vote to the village.
So the two options are village
Village or
revolutionary.
village or revolutionary, basically, yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, we've got one for revolutionary, one for Zavatra.
Uh, I I think I
Cass is thinking.
Cass is thinking this is like a once in a lifetime thing here.
You see a bird, possibly Urvu, swoop down from a tree in the direction of the revolutionary and then
Oh,
fly up into
cool.
another one.
Okay, so unless Cass says village, this is revolutionary.
Sorry, Yarny.
I don't care.
Um, the shops in the village would probably be cultist controlled, or at least
And this is explicitly village. So if there
yeah,
are shops, they're not going to have very much in them. You'd need
yeah,
city shops in order to really get what you're looking for, probably.
or revolutionaries. They usually have weapons of some kind.
Oh, they should
Possibly.
have some supplies.
Possibly.
Revolutionary.
Revolutionary it is, okay. You encounter a few more bandit groups along the way, but at a showing of that letter, just the seal on that letter makes it, and they part, and they let you through without any hassle. So a few days later, you arrive in at a fairly deep part of the forest. After having to fend off like some like wolves and other wild creatures that think you look like a easy snack at first and then run off once they realize you are not quite as easy a snack as they thought. Rawr, 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 rawr. And you're stopped by a figure who jumps out from in one of the trees.
Howdy.
State your business and why I shouldn't kill you where you stand.
We're here to
Uh,
see Zerdu. Was that the name?
Zavatra.
Zavatra.
Why should... Okay. Why should I bring you to her?
Nia displays the letter.
Ah. Okay, follow me. And about 10-15 minutes later, you're brought into an actual encampment. This is the first encampment proper you've seen. put together roughly from whatever components they were able to scrounge up. Bits of wood, anything they were able to take off travelers who wanted to skirt the main road without a good reason to do so, those sorts of things. And sitting at a fire with a bunch of other folks around listening is a dark-haired, clearly feminine figure who is giving them general advice at this particular point in time. Specify ways to survive from what you can find in your environment. How you can get a little more from someone, especially if they're off the beaten path. Those sorts of things. Surviving off the grid, shall we say. And there is a strong kindness and motherliness that is radiating from this person's figure.
Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry.
Dill.
From my own experience surviving and whatnot, how good is her information? Is there anything that I could add?
Surprisingly strong. There are things that you're like that don't seem right to you. Why would you need to make sure you have the tools to skin the creatures you kill? For
You
example.
don't just eat them whole.
Yeah.
just vacuum them in.
If you need to
Silly
hide,
humans.
hiding behind a tree or in a crevice somewhere, it seems strange to you when you just know how all you got to do is just curl up and you disappear into the environment.
People will think I'm a rock.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything then because this seems like a species difference.
Is Urvu still in bird form?
Yeah, I was debating about showing up in merchant form. You know what? I think I'll do that so I can participate in dialogue.
Okay. That works. So, yeah. The person who led you over here says, grab a seat somewhere, listen for a bit. The talk's going to take a little bit longer, but she'll get to you.
Do you have anything to eat?
Points to a couple of deer roasting over spits and tear a bit off that if you're hungry. It was a good hunt yesterday. It was a good hunt this morning.
When nobody's looking, I just eat an entire one.
Neo will try to wait.
There's
The speech
also
to be over.
clearly kegs of like some sort of liquid, probably a very weak ale of some variety.
Nom nom. I don't eat all of it. I'm polite, even though I want to.
I mean, what else would you expect from totally not a Kirby? But sorry, go ahead, Yarny.
Neil will try to wait for the speech to be over, but we'll get impatient.
The speech ends just about the time Nia's patience is about to run out. It's a very, very near thing. The folks who are sitting around the fire scatter back to their general places. And the figure stands up and approaches you.
Batra, I presume?
Yes? And you all are?
Howdy, I'm Cass.
I am Agna. You can call me Nia. We are adventurers.
Adventurers.
We're investigating a cult in this area.
A cult, you say?
Yes, I believe you probably know more.
Those figures. The ones responsible for this whole mess. Yes, them.
Yes, it seems so, yeah.
There's don't like going there. Ever since they kicked me out of one of them, like 6-8 months ago. There is a large city about 2 days west from here. Heavily under their control. You can try there if you want to get more information. I don't... But you're not going to get much. I'll warn you that in advance. Those cities are death. You're better off living out here. Much better off living out here.
We aren't interested in living out here.
At least for a time. Give me another year or so, and we'll finally have enough people to march on and take that city back.
A year? No. That's far too long. All the people on our way here, we encountered plenty of people.
You have a proposal then?
Very. So, yes, they're just waiting. All these people, they just need a little guiding light. We spoke to someone before here who gave us this letter.
Oh.
And this other town is
They're doing
clearly
well.
less under their control. But the people just need a little hope. And a little help. A little targeted help from us adventurers.
What did you have in mind?
Well, this other town. We go there. It's should be less under the control of this cult. More open to a little hope from other people that are in the same situation. We could break the cult's control there. Bring it back under the control of the people.
They've been building that control for a while. You'd have a tough time of it.
Ooh.
You may have more success in the nearby city.
Wasn't the nearby one the one you said was less under the control?
It's more under there. It's under quite a bit of control, but you may have more success there. I've been hearing stories. Stories of growing tensions between some of the people there. People getting a little too ambitious for their own good. A few of them came out this way after being exiled. I've helped them, sent them on their way when they decided they didn't want to stay and join the army I'm trying to build at the moment. Made sure they had the skills they'd need to survive properly, like the fellow you met. We are low on weapons. Turning to to
Of
Callista.
course you are.
We don't have much in the way of weapons, at least not ones that are going to be good against the knights.
We could get you those weapons.
Low on armor as well. The smiths have not been have not been helping us lately.
The nearby city should have an armory. Would it not?
If you can get into that armory and convince the smiths there to get us outfitted, then we could assist. And I've been
That could be arranged.
slowly trying to plant folks who could be leaders in some of these other encampments. I don't know how well they're taking. I've not heard back from them in some time. But I did pass along my favorite bird call, in case they ever did need some help. And then she whistles the particular call that you were given.
Mm-hmm.
Always did soothe me when I was starting to get a little bit agitated. But yes, if you can loosen the control that the Cult of Order has over the city, I can help you then.
Shouldn't be a problem.
As I
The
said,
people just need a little bit of a fire to guide the way.
though, be careful. It's not as peaceful there as it has been in the past. Happened maybe a week or two, a month ago? Something of the sort? A strange noble came through. I saw her retinue traveling along the way, along the main road, for one of the few times I thought it wise to wander out that way to scout, get some more information. And seemed wherever her and her lieutenants went, tensions started to rise in the places they settled. Markets growing more energetic, for lack of a better word. Crimes that...
Yes, we've seen the same thing in other towns.
So you're familiar then with their group as well, I take it?
People very eager and willing to spend exorbitant amounts of money on things that should not be worth that much.
Yes. That's one of the ways.
And with chocolate coins, too.
Oh, yes, we looted quite a few bags of the chocolate coins from them. From one of the groups coming through.
Hey, at least you can eat them.
I see you have I see one of your numbers quite hungry there. That is fine. It was a good hunting day. And if the pattern keeps up, we should be good for a few more days to follow. But yes. You should There's a weakness there I think you could exploit, if you think you have the skills. But I must prepare for tomorrow's hunt and scouting missions. So I'm afraid I must bid you all adieu for the night.
Oh, one last thing.
Yes.
I know you're low on like weapons and stuff, but do you have anything like resembling a quartermaster or anything like that?
She points to one of the to a nearby tent.
All right, thank you. Cass is just gonna walk off in that general direction.
Sure enough, inside that tent is a, you're not sure what they are. Very androgynous appearing. Overlooking a very thick-looking book.
Book.
Looks up at you.
Howdy.
New to the encampment or, friend?
Friend?
What you looking for?
You got any dynamite?
Looks down at the book, at their book. Afraid not.
Ah, drat.
What do you need dynamite for? You've got Nia.
Yeah, but like,
There's a mine that has explosive material in it. A few days' journey from the capital. That's a ways off, but it's something I suppose for you.
all right. Thank you for the information. Cass is just gonna go and rejoin the group.
Yarnia is, or no, Agnia is also going to go to the quartermaster.
Quartermaster looks up at Nia.
I
New
don't
member or
suppose you
friend?
have any, like a buckshot or some large ball bearings. It's a strange request.
I'm sorry, what did you say for the first bit?
Like some buckshot.
No nothing like a buckshot. That's... We would have been able to get our hands on that a few months ago. But ever since that strange noble came through, prices on that sort of thing have ballooned ridiculously. Means
So what are you
merchants
currently hunting
traveling with
with?
it are under a lot more guard than they used to be. Don't come anywhere near our forest. Ball bearings? Let me check. You might have it.
How big are these ball
Think.
bearings? Like,
Writes up something, hands it to another figure in the tent. I've sent my assistant to go check. I don't quite recall. Looks at Callista. Oh, this and that and a little bit of this other thing, you know. Whatever we can get. Some rations. Various alcohols. Some comfy bedrolls. Number of other things. If there's something specific you need, ask me about it. I'll let you know if we got it. Or if we think a merchant might be trying to skirt the taxes of the main road, specifically, and sometime soon and can get it. Indeed, indeed. None at the moment, but there's a merchant coming through in about a day or two. So our scouts say. Doesn't want to pay the tolls and the taxes and the like. Not on something like obsidian. Hang around, and if you hang around until then, we could have something for you. Giving Callista very clear, I don't know what you need obsidian for, but it's not my job or place to ask. Sort of vibe. Give me a sec. I need to check a thing super fast. Okay. I see. I'm just making sure I've got a good grasp on the time, so I know when we need to be preparing to raid in for the next person. That's all. But that is 8 p.m. my time, so we're good for about another 2.5 hours. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Magenta pigment. Oh, hey, look, it's something to be destroyed. Bye. No, it says 1500 PST. That would be 1800. No, you're right. In about half an hour. You're correct. Buttons, you're correct. My math is funny. Very nice, quick shooting. Actually, sends the assistant comes back, gets another note. We have some magenta pigment right now. Not a whole lot, but something. And yeah, we actually really only have about half an hour left, so before the next person's turn comes up. So I'll leave it up to the rest of you then. To like Yarny, Dragon Soul, etc. If you want to start in on the actual city itself, or leave that for the next session.
Might leave it for next session. Just wrapping
Okay.
up is probably gonna take a little bit.
Yeah, so we'll wrap this up then.
Oh, and about those ball bearings.
Yes, so the ball bearings will run you.
Like, how big are these ball bearings?
The assistant actually has a box full of ball bearings, various sizes. Some small, some large. Some average. Looks to Callista. The magenta pigment will only cost about 2 gold. There's a fair amount of it, and it's really high quality stuff, high grade. Still interested? making a note real quick.
You're doing great.
Thank you, Dragon
How
Soul.
much for 24 of the largest bearings?
24 of the largest, it'll be about 4 gold.
Very well. Okay. Deal.
Here you go. And thank you. And gives Callista the pigment upon the person coming back in. Hey, Indigo. Welcome, welcome. You're catching us in about the last half hour of the stream tonight. Let me get you a shout out real quick, though. Because this is a shorter one because of the streamathon, the dono-a-thon. Ah, very nice, very nice. So yeah, if you folks want to hang around for a few more days, that city ain't going anywhere. We'll probably get the, what your friend is, the obsidian your friend is looking for. No worries, no worries. Just wanted to let you know, that's all. Wanted to keep you in the loop. So, what do you
Do you
think?
need this obsidian, Callista, before we go for the armory?
Do you want to hang around and wait for the obsidian, the merchant carrying the obsidian, to come on through so it can be claimed? Okay. Well, go talk to... And they give you a name. Over at the south end of the camp. No worries. You take care of whatever you need to take care of, Indigo. It's fine. It's fine. He can make sure you get some lodging for the next couple of nights. We've got some spare tents hanging about here somewhere. So. It'll be good to have some new folks around again. Some, very clearly capable folks.
Question.
Yes.
While they're like waiting for the merchant, would it be reasonable for because the mines are like a few days away, and the waiting would take about the same time, I assume.
The mines are a few days away from the capital city.
Oh, drat. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's like a good 2 or 3 weeks journey to the capital city.
Unfortunate.
Yeah,
Carry
sorry,
on.
friend. So, okay. Is there anything else any of you would like to explore? If not, we can actually move on to XP and spending of XP for folks, since we're actually relatively early and alert for once.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good.
Fancy, doing the session not at like 8 p.m. at night into midnight. Okay, so yeah, we'll handle XP then. Let me grab my little thing, my little ticker. 2 for the session, as usual. Let me think. For accomplishments, for achievements, I'm gonna say 2 for getting into the region without raising too much trouble.
Without raising really any trouble.
Yeah. 1 for
Not
finding...
a single combat. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Oh, not every session's gonna have combat.
Not a single combat, though I was sorely tempted.
Indeed, indeed. One for finding our new friend Zavatra, the rebel leader. And that's all I can think of, unless one of you has a suggestion.
I can't really think of anything
no.
either.
If you were trying to talk to us, Buttons, I think your mic is off temporarily. But, okay. So let's call it 5 total at the moment. Roleplay XP then. No, let's do the XP chips first for this. We're gonna start with Yarny. Um, what what does everyone else think? Suggest for Yarny? The usual 3 for meets expectations, 4 and 5 being exceeds, and 1 and 2 being not quite as good as not quite. Reminder, of course, being that 4s and 5s should be a little bit on the rarer side, especially 5s. 5s are pretty extraordinary. Okay, so Buttons is saying, right, because we're doing chips. Sorry, I'm confusing myself now. Oh, Yarny dealing with the bandits. That's an achievement. Okay, so yeah, Yarny, you have 1 more point for achievements because of that.
Okay.
That was pretty good. So yeah, Yarny, who would you like your XP chip to go to? That's what I meant to do.
Let's see. I'm not sure.
We can go to someone else in the meanwhile if you need some time to think. That's absolutely fine.
I'd like to give my XP chip to Yarny.
Okay. Got it. So Yarny, you get Dragon Soul's chip.
And I'll give mine to Dragon Soul.
Thank you.
Okay, so Yarny's goes to Dragon Soul. I know, I heard Button saying something, but I couldn't quite hear all of it well enough to repeat, unfortunately. And while waiting to hear or see what that was, Dill, who would you like to give yours to?
I'll give mine to Buttons uh for the bird. I want to say shenanigans, but it's more like for the slight scouting ahead with the bird at the checkpoint.
Okay, yeah, that works. And Buttons goes to Dragon Soul for sticking to Callista's revolutionary spirit. Which just leaves mine to give.
Viva la Revolution or something.
Close enough, yeah.
Yes.
Close enough. That works. Think. I'll give mine to Dill, specifically for the not enough bullets to get through that wall reasoning and actually thinking for once about a situation, not just running in, guns blazing.
Listen, if I had something like explosives, I'm sure I could make my way through.
Possibly. That explains the
Totally,
explosives.
100%.
I am explosives.
You are
Yeah,
fire.
but you don't fit into the palm of my hand, and you have your own mind.
Okay, let's talk roleplay XP then. Legitimately talking roleplay XP. So, scale of 1 to 5, 3 being meets expectations, 4 and 5 being better, 1 and 2 being less than expected. We're going to start by figuring out the roleplay XP for Yarny. I will take nominations now. Indeed, all the blasting, the boom.
Start blasting.
So yeah, what do you think, Dill, Dragon Soul, and Buttons? What do you think Yarny felt this particular session? Also, don't mind the yawning. I am quite tired. I need more caffeine. Okay, Buttons is suggesting a 4.
Yeah,
I'm split
4
between
sounds
a 3
good.
and a 4, so I'd lean with either.
Okay, so oscillating between a 3 and a 4. 2 other 4s, so 4 it is. Okay, we will go to Dragon Soul then. What do you all think? Nominations?
I also 3 and a 4.
Okay, so we've got another bit in between.
Yep.
Buttons and or Yarny. Do you have a strong feeling towards one of those two numbers? If not, I might have a strong feeling towards one of the numbers. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna say the 4.
Yeah, I'd say 4 just for sticking to this revolution.
Sticking to the central aspect quite well, and yeah. So 4 it is, Dragon Soul. Next is Buttons. Loud noise outside. So what do folks think? Okay, so Buttons. Remember, we judge this on not the amount of roleplay, but the quality
Wait,
of
who are
what
we
there
judging?
was. Buttons.
Buttons. Okay.
Yeah. So somebody can only have a small number of scenes where they could be role playing in, but if those were done well, that still would qualify for a higher score, for a higher amount in the end.
I mean, I was only gonna give a 3, so
Yeah, I'm leaning to 3.
That's fine. 3 is good. 3 is still good. Don't misunderstand that. 3 is meets expectations, so that's perfectly fine. So yeah,
Yeah, three, three's fine. I was not to keep saying it, but yeah, I was split between a 3 and a 4, but leaning towards 3.
leaning towards a 3. 3 it is then. And finally, Dill.
Hi, that's me.
Mm, I'd say Dill's like a 4, I think.
Okay. So we've got a nomination for a 4. Does anyone else second that? Button seconds it. Okay, 4 it is. That should be good. So now, if any of you know what you would like to spend XP on, it can be something that requires a little more time normally for training, specifically because of the travel time to get here. If you don't know, or if you don't have an idea in your head, we can bank it for the start of the next session, and that's fine too. Whichever you prefer. I have the chart with all the costs open just in case.
For one, I'm gonna upgrade thermographic vision. Get that to 2.
Wait, so how much XP did I get in total?
You had 5 before the roleplay bonus, the roleplay, 4 from the roleplay if memory serves, and then I think you got like 2 people's chips, so I think you had 11 total.
Okay.
If I'm recalling correctly.
That puts me up to a total of 57. Let me see what I can do.
And while you're all thinking about that, Sophie, if you want to come up with a major NPC a little bit later on, read the thing in Dono specials in the Discord and let me know, and I can figure out, and I can place somebody in on that. The Lust cult leader noble does not yet have a name or much of a character, so that is open if you want to claim it.
Oh,
As
and
an
I want to get
option.
another. I want to get a specialty.
You want to get a specialty? Okay. What would you like to get a specialty in?
For casting fire magic.
You know, at this point, yeah, that's reasonable to get a dot in that.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Little extra boost.
Just to
Just a
double
little bit.
check,
Mhm.
how do I calculate focus points again?
It is your willpower times 3.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Oh.
Still leaves me with 30 XP to spend.
Oh wow, that's a lot. If you
Yeah,
want
I
to
didn't
take,
spend any the last session.
that's
Yeah,
true. If you want to
same.
take some time and think about it, that's fine, Yarny. We can discuss this later over over Discord proper for something that might be appropriate.
Let's see.
Level 2, it's always 5 XP for leveling up an aspect, no matter what it might be. So yeah, if you want to level up fast shapeshifting, that's going to be 5 buttons. The only ones that vary in cost are raising willpower, an attribute, or an ability. Otherwise, the numbers are always flat. Whether you're just picking it up or bringing it from 3 to 4, 1 to 2, 4 to 5.
What's the cap on willpower?
10.
Okay, so one more level up on that, and I'll have max willpower.
Yeah. Do you have enough that if you wanted to do it now?
No, I'm 3. I only have 3 XP left.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to take the opportunity then, unless somebody else has something specific they would like to pick up, to move back over to the chatting screen so that we can start kind of prepping for the raid. It's still about 10 minutes off, so we still have a little bit of time. But nonetheless, actually, before I do that, I need some water. I also want to give a shout out to a few more people that one person I missed earlier that I completely forgot about. Apologies, Diggy. And one very important person. Usually, I'm going to have to type their name out because they're no longer in chat, but that's fine. Most streams where it's not a session like this, I'll have their music, their DJ sets playing in the background. But I want to give them a very specific shout out today as a thanks for getting the Hana tool conversion stuff. So my tracking's a little bit better today as a result. If folks notice the difference, that's why. So yeah, good DJ, very good bean, well worth checking out. And the music is Twitch stream safe. Not necessary elsewhere. YouTube, you will get content ID'd. But on Twitch, all the DJ sets are completely safe to use, and it's fantastic. Yes, indeed, Nocturnal. Yes, indeed. So with that, I will give the rest of you, my players, a chance to say goodbyes if you would like, and then I will move on over to the chatting screen.
Thank you for the session. I'm going to be dipping out now. I'll probably be hanging out in PC again and later though. So in the meantime, have a good day or night, all of you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Unhowdy?
I love it.